me through the experience. What happened at the time and what you were doing and what you saw?
Well, it was New Year's Day, right? Like, not New Year's Day, but the night of your party.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, sorry, yep.
Yeah.
Went down to Carlisle River. That's in Victoria. It's probably about, 20k out of Colac. That's a population of about 11,000, 12,000 people.
Yep. Did you live there at the time, or?
No, we were going out there to a friend's house. My mate's sister's husband's building a house right on the top of a hill in Carlisle River. I was for 4 or 5 people out there at the time, and his sister's husband, got a pair of binoculars. And it was his birthday too. They're very good pair of binoculars. And we were just he was looking at them, right, and we were all sort of just looking down at the valley, down the bottom of the valley. Actually put his eyes on something down the bottom of the valley, and he said, have a look at these, have a look at this, and we sort of kept swapping. But it was huge, mate. It was just like seeing Chewbacca from Star Wars.
Really?
That's what it was like seeing Chewbacca from Star Wars. It was just sitting on this clay embankment, just sitting there like a human being, like just looked like it was so peace and quiet, beautiful sunshine coming down. There was all pine trees on the other side of that road, like there's pine trees, the gravel road, a clay embankment, right?
Yeah.
Sitting there, just got up and bang, straight into the pine trees.
Did you have the binoculars when you saw that? I mean, she saw it run off?
I saw it run off. We were watching it for about 8 or 9 minutes.
Wow, that's a good sighting, isn't it?
It's a good sighting, mate, and I was middle of nowhere, and Tony's house is right on the top of the hill of Carlisle River.
Yep.
Right on the Otways.
Okay, so just take me through. I'll just ask. I guess I'll just ask some questions and you can take me through. So, who was with you at the time?
Yeah, I had 4 mates.
And all of you saw the thing?
Yeah, pretty well. Yep, all of us.
Now, give me the exact location, I guess.
Well, Carlisle River.
Yeah.
It's out of Colac.
About how many kilometres out of Colac?
It has to be about 20, 25, 20.
What's the nearest sort of decent site? Well, what's the nearest sort of, nameable location to where you saw the thing? I mean, is it?
I think from Carlisle River.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to not far from Colac.
Yeah.
Not far from Colac.
Well, you said, 25 k's from Colac?
Well, probably a 15-minute drive, 15 to 18-minute drive from Colac.
Was it on a main road or sort of?
No, it was just like on an old, dark, old road, middle of nowhere. No one would go.
Yeah. And your brother-in-law lives there at the moment, or?
They're not no more because they're all divorced a long time ago.
Yeah.
My mate's sister's husband, just after 2 o'clock. Just after 2 o'clock, and
So you had a few beers at the time, or you?
No, we just thought open our first hand.
Oh, really? When you were up on the hill?
Yeah.
So you're up on the top of a hillside, pretty much.
Right on the top, yeah.
And you had a pretty good view of the valley.
Very good view, right down the bottom. We're on the top. We could see right down to this dirt road.
You could see it quite well with the binoculars.
See quite well with the binoculars.
They decent sized binoculars?
Yeah, very good, decent size, mate. They're pretty big.
Oh, okay, so they're the big ones.
They're right, we could see them on them.
Who was the one that actually saw the thing first?
Tony.
And what did he say to you?
He said, look at this. You won't believe it.
And you had a look at it. What was your first thought? What did you think you were looking at?
Well, I knew sort of straight away.
Well, what was your thought? Did you think like Bigfoot, or what did you?
It was like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Bigfoot from America. That's what it was. That's what I looked at it.
Yeah.
Come straight into my head.
Did you say when you actually started looking at it? What did you say back to him? I guess.
Well, we all agreed. You and me with it, like, oh fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You thought this is pretty weird, I guess.
It's bloody weird. Like, it spun us right out. We never slept that night.
Really, you were all pretty freaked by it.
I was always thinking about it all the time.
Wow. Okay. Now, when you looked down at it, and this thing was it sort of, when it was sitting face onto you or side onto you? You know what I mean, in terms of.
Straight into the pine trees. We were looking at the back of its head.
When you say it was sitting on an embankment, was it sitting facing towards you or facing away from you?
Facing away from us.
Okay, but it was just a big hairy thing.
Big hairy thing, mate. It looked like Chewbacca.
You said it was big.
Yep.
What gave you the feeling it was big? It just looked big, did it, or?
Just had legs on it. This huge bloody legs. It was just big, big, big.
And it was sitting, now you say it was sitting facing away. How did you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a picture of how it was sitting.
We're walking down, but you can sort of see, you can see the side of it, right?
Yeah.
The side. Not its face, but the side of its body.
Oh, okay, so it's sort of slightly side on a bit.
Side on, yeah. Side
Now,
on.
the embankment was on the road. Was the embankment on your side of the road or on the other side of the road? Do you know what I mean, from you?
On the other side of the road.
Okay. But it was just what? Just sitting there, legs just quietly sitting. Was it moving around at all?
Like it had its big kneecaps, right? And it's like big knees like to its face.
Oh, I see. So when you like sit down and it's tucked up close to your head.
Yeah.
What was its arms doing?
Like on its legs.
Oh, okay, just holding onto its legs.
Like with its elbows, big elbows out.
So it's like when you're sitting tucked up and you got your arms around your legs.
Yeah, it's like to sit on a bloody chair, I suppose, you know, but like with your kneecaps sort of right up close to your face.
Yeah. Did you see it sort of move at all when you were looking in binoculars? Like, was it?
No, it was really weird because it just looked so peaceful. Like it was just like it was really enjoying this sun. I don't know, just a peace and quiet. Just
Yeah.
quiet. It's just like it was slowly moving its face. You know what I mean?
Just quite casually happy to sit there.
Yeah, that's all. Its face was just sort of slowly, and it was like looking down, back up at the point.
So its sort of head moved around a bit. Did you get a look at its face at all, or just sort of the head area?
Just the head area, back of the head.
Now this thing you
Looking into the pine.
oh, so I was looking into the pine forest.
Yeah, that's what it was doing. It was just looking at the pine.
Binoculars got passed around to everybody there.
All of us.
And what were the other guys saying?
They were just fucking, you know, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just could not believe it. Like, it's been a long time, mate. No, it's one thing I'll never forget in my whole life, and I'm like, yeah, and I'll believe in anything, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once you see something like that. Now, looking down at it, I mean, you're passing the binoculars around. Now, how many looks did you have at it?
Oh, God, I had heaps, mate.
Yeah, so you had a good look at it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I just loved it. It sat with me all afternoon. It was the highlight of the day and the night.
Yeah. You got a good look at it. I mean, did you thought this was taller than a person?
Very taller than a normal person.
Okay, a lot taller.
A lot taller.
So you said sort of 6.5 feet, you thought?
It was one big fuck.
Really?
Mate, it was pretty one big fuck.
Hey, so you reckon it was, you said 6.5 feet, that's not a lot bigger than a
I'm
person.
pretty bad with measurements and all that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but this was big.
It was bloody big, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Now you would have got a good idea of its colour.
Yeah, red browny fur.
Okay, was it shaggy sort of like a goat, or was it like smooth like a bear?
Well,
Or hard to tell?
it's not shaggy like a goat when you look at it, but it had like long hair, like it had like long strips on it.
Yeah, yeah. Was the hair the same colour all over it?
Pretty well.
And on its head, was it sort of
Like mustard, like it was all sort of things that were mustard up on it, you know what I mean?
yeah, messy kind of,
Messy,
matted.
matted.
As you're watching it, what did you hear the tractor coming, or you just noticed the
We
dirt?
saw the dust, mate.
Yeah, just been,
We saw dust coming. We saw all this dust coming up down, you know,
Yeah.
down there from the hill, up the hill.
this thing moved. Was it in your binoculars when it moved? Like, were you watching it at the time, or someone else was, or
Had it then?
you had it?
No, I didn't have it. Tony had it then.
And what did he say? He told you what it did.
Fucking is gone. It's just gone. One leg was gone. We're in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. Right on the top of the hill of Carlisle River.
So what did you guys talk amongst yourselves after that? I mean, what were you saying? Hard to remember, but it must have been a fair few swear words, I reckon.
Yeah. It was just really, it was just, I don't know, I couldn't believe it, what we saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably take that into our system.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just, all I remembered was, that's a fucking Bigfoot. You know what I mean? That's just like Chewbacca off fucking Star Wars.
So that's what it reminded you of.
Yeah.
Was it a? I mean, in looking at it, was it a?
Okay.
You know how Chewbacca's sort of lean and sort of tallish and bit thinnish? Is that what this thing looked like, or was it wider and big and more solid? Or, you know, I mean, did you get an impression that it was sort of different, or?
Yeah, more solid, more fatter, more. Just had wide legs. Its legs, like its calves, are that big.
Really?
Yeah, it had huge legs. Big back structure too.
I mean, sort of, when you're looking at a person, it's, I guess, sort of thinnish and a bit straight up and down, maybe, but you're saying this thing was sort of wide. It was quite big and wide?
Yeah, quite wide, quite big.
Did it look sort of muscly?
Very, very.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come across it anyway.
Yeah.
No way, no way.
And the sort of the head, was it a...
Pretty scary when you look at something like that.
Oh, yeah. Was the head like a normal sort of human head or a bit different, or... You know what I mean? Like a head just sits on the shoulder. Sort of...
And just like it had a long head. You know what I mean? Like it had a long head. A long head. It had a bigger skull.
Did it remind you more of like a human or an animal? I mean, just thinking and looking at it.
It reminded me of Bigfoot, what I've seen in America.
Yeah.
You know the Henderson kids? Harry and the Hendersons?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that, mate.
That big and solid.
Oh, yeah. Like that.
So, I mean, it just didn't look like anything you'd ever seen before.
No. Not at all.
What do you reckon this thing would have weighed?
It was this big. It was, let's say, like, I suppose a bear or like...
That was the sort of size and...
So a grizzly bear, would that be come close to it or what? As in the weight?
So that's the sort of feeling you got, like that sort of dimensions.
It was just one big fuck.
Yeah, I can get it.
It's just, yeah, like, we never slept that, I never slept that